Hey guys, in this video I'll be covering the bootcamp minigame in the Gold Saucer in FF7 Rebirth, and this is going to be the Nightmare difficulty, which you only get after you attain the highest rank of the Queen's Blood minigame, as well as reach chapter 12 in the game. The goal of this minigame is to score 100 or more points in 5 rounds with only 15 cards, which might sound pretty challenging, but in this video I'll show you how you can very easily, very easily score 130 to 140 points by round 3, after which you can just forego round 4 and 5 and still claim all the prizes in this minigame. If you are missing certain cards in this deck list on the screen here, you can also refer to the video description to see where you can obtain every single card in this deck list. Let's jump into the match. I'll pause the video here very quickly just to explain the mulligan. The mulligan is pretty key because what you want is to start with the Shiva card and the Titan card in your hand. So obviously if you have either of those cards, such as here I already have the Shiva card, you keep that card and you mulligan every other card in order to find the remaining card that you need. The rest of the cards does not matter whatsoever. You only need Shiva and Titan. If you fail to get Shiva and Titan after the mulligan, just restart the match. You are right at the beginning, so it takes like 10 seconds to restart and get a new hand anyway. It shouldn't take too many mulligans because it's not that hard to get 2 cards that you want in your hand. Usually, I tried this a few times and usually I get Titan and Shiva after just 1 or 2 mulligans. So I've got Shiva and Titan, so this is a keep. Like I said, the rest of the cards does not matter. At the start, the game will give you 2 Gigantua cards as well. Now this is very important. You want to play 1 Gigantua card in the middle, and then you follow up with a Titan card, and then you play a Shiva card in one of the 2 squares that has 2 pawns. And that's pretty much it for round 1. Now most of the time you will win all 3 lanes. This is actually one of the rare times where I tie the second lane, so I get actually a lower score than the average. It doesn't actually really matter here. So even if you only win 1 lane, it still doesn't really matter too much. In fact, I think it's also still okay even if you lose all 3 lanes. But you are very likely to win at least 2 lanes out of the 3. So this gives you a pretty nice start. One important note is that you still have 1 more Gigantua card from the start. You need to keep that card, do not use that card in round 2. Now round 2 is even simpler than round 1. What you want to do first is at the start of round 2 you get 5 new cards. What you want to do is count how many cards you have in total, and then spend cards or use cards until you are down to 10 cards exactly. So you want to enter round 3 with 10 cards, in other words. When you use the cards, place them in the middle row. Do not place them on the bottom row, do not place them in the top row, place them only in the middle row. I had 11 cards, so I only needed to use 1. Again, if you have more than 10 cards, say if you have 12 cards or 13 cards, then you use 2 or 3 cards respectively to bring yourself down to 10 cards exactly. Which cards do you use? Use the bonus cards that you won after the round 1. Depending on which lane you win in round 1, you get different types of Cactua cards or the Chatli or Mai card from the middle lane. You don't need any of those cards, use them all. But like I said, do not use the starting Gigantua card. Keep that card for round 3. Other than that, just pass every single turn and let the AI win round 2. Now if done correctly, you will start round 3 with 15 cards, and you will draw every single card in your deck, of course minus the Titan and Shiva card because you've used those 2 in round 1. This is where the magic happens. Round 3 is very good because there's 3 cards in the middle column, which makes it very difficult for the AI to come to your side of the board. Now the AI does have a Ferris wheel card in their deck list, and if they play it correctly, they could actually encroach on your side If that happens and they manage to place cards on your side, then just reset, but the chances of that happening is extremely low. Round 3 is very straightforward. You are guaranteed to get all of these cards. So you start off with the Gigantua card on the bottom left, then go Midgarsomr card in the middle, in the first column, place the Tonberry King at the top, and then the Mindflayer on the right of the Gigantua, just as what I did here. Then place one Heatseeker card in the middle of the second column, which allows you to then place a Tonberry card at the top. Now at this point, you fill every single square except the one in the middle here, and the one in the middle has a permanent -1 power on it due to the Mindflayer effect, and this is where you place every other single card in your deck right here. The deck is consisting of majority 1 power card. As of now, every single card in your hand is 1 power, so you just be feeding every single card in that hole there. And each time you place a card there, the Midgarsomr and the Tonberries will increase in power. The only other card in your hand left that isn't 1 power is the Nattak legendary card, and you are saving that card for the Holy Grail at the end. Just feed all your 1 power card, feed. Now you also have 2 Amalgam cards in your hand, and when you feed the Amalgam cards in your hand, they will be replaced with a 2 power resurrected Amalgam card. So you want to also save those 2 to the very end once you get it. So right here I fed one of the Amalgam card and I get the resurrected one, which is 2 power. So like I said, save it for the end. Okay, at this point you have just the Amalgam cards and the Nattak card. So at this point, place one of the resurrected Amalgam card there. It will kill the Mindflayer, which is fine because it serves its purpose. Then place the other Amalgam card and the 2 Amalgam cards will kill each other off and power up your Tonberry King and your Midgarsomr. Finally, place Nattak over the Midgarsomr and it essentially doubles the Midgarsomr points. And this allows you a whopping 130-ish points in round 3, which is way higher than the required 100 points for this minigame. So you've done the game, congrats! Here I got 2 bonus cards, so I tried to squeeze out a couple more points. You don't really have to. At this point you can just pass every single round until the end of the minigame and you will still win the minigame and get all the rewards. But you know, might as well just place all the cards. So the AI here has just played the so-called Ferris wheel card. Can't remember the name of the card, but it's the one at the bottom right there. And if they played this card in round 3, the previous round, it is possible that they encroach in your space because the Ferris wheel card actually skips a couple of lanes. And if they do that and you couldn't play your cards, then you might have to restart. But like I said, it's actually exceedingly rare that that actually happens. Most of the time in round 3, the neutral cards in the middle column serve to prevent the AI from encroaching on your space, which gives you full reign and very easy way to reach the 135 score that you see here. Round 5 actually looks to be a very challenging round if you are actually trying to place cards here, because the AI actually do get some very powerful cards in round 5, and you can see here it all drastically powers up the Shadow Blood Queen card on their side, plus it really enfeebles most of the board, so you really have a challenging time if you try to play remaining cards here. So this is why, you know, just hit your 130-140 points by round 3. Just let the AI play whatever card they want here and skip every single round and you'll win the minigame. That's it for this video. As always, I hope it has been helpful, and thanks for watching.